I'm so excited to be talking to the three of you. I'm such a fan of the show, so I wanted to start off by asking about the fan reaction to this season, particularly this last episode. I feel like it's kind of blown up online. People are like zooming into the menu to look at the prices. People are zooming into each of the characters' faces to see like what their individual reactions are to the moment. I'm curious, while you're obviously adapting that, while you're filming it, obviously when you guys have seen it, did you know that it was going to cause such a frenzy online?
I think that part specifically, when they announced their engagement, I think I knew that would be a moment, would get a big reaction. Yeah. So.
And I feel like we can't talk about that scene without talking about the ring, or as Taylor calls it, a sliver of tin foil. I'm curious, obviously, while you guys were shooting your scenes involving like announcing the engagement and all that, and also for you, Jenny, when you were picking out the ring and choosing what it was going to look like, were you aware that it was going to be kind of so contentious?
I didn't think people would go in that hard. Because is it modest? Yes. But I also think that Belly wouldn't really want like a big ring, and I also think that people would go equally in on him if he like put a ring on his dad's credit card and got further into debt. Like that's not great either. So I think he's trying to make a smart decision with that smaller ring and wanting to buy something for her in the future with his own money that he was like earning.
Yeah, he's being smart.
Yeah, agreed. And I feel like a lot of the analysis and like the debate online is part of the fun of being like a fan of a show like this.
Absolutely. And
if we know anything about this fandom, it's that they're into the details. So like the music, the color palettes you're using, the costuming this season. Are there any Easter eggs that are kind of sprinkled out through the season, or kind of maybe big ones that you feel like fans have missed so far that you can tell us about?
There's one, but I can't say what it is.
Okay. We'll have to wait and see. Any teaser of like when that would be, or something that we've already missed?
You've already missed. Yeah.
Okay.
Really? Have you seen anything about it?
Nothing.
Wow.
Not that I'm
Do we
seeing
know
everything,
about it?
but I don't know. We'll talk about it.
I love it. So, and obviously the relationships are a huge part of this show, and there's such a strong emphasis on the love triangle, which of course is like a really important part of the story. But personally, I feel like such a core pillar of the show is really the friendships throughout it. So I'm curious for Rain and Lola, if you can talk a little bit about sort of building that friendship off screen, and also maybe if there was a moment where you went from being like work friends to real life friends.
Oh, that made me emotional for some reason.
I just got like a
wave of. Anyway, I'm tired.
it's super close to season 2, right? I think that was when things.
I think with time, I think time is like such a major factor. Like we've built a friendship over the last 4 years, and so it's only gotten stronger and like only. Yeah.
But I remember even the first day that we filmed like Belly and Taylor's first scene together in season 1, and it was the first day we met in person, and we were kind of like, hey, like we don't know how this is gonna be, and I think it just their dynamic kind of came very naturally to us, which was really cool.
Also, us like swimming in that.
Oh yeah. That like pond creek.
Oh my god! And then that walking in that tarp after.
Yeah,
season 1.
That was really
that was a bonding moment.
It was a bonding moment. We have like really good like memories of being really stupid and like making each other laugh so much that we could like cry. Like just crying right now.
I feel like you can really feel that on the screen, though. It's obviously like a testament to the chemistry you've built off screen. Also, Jenny's writing. Yeah. Jenny, I have to say I'm such a fan of your books, and I have like a core memory of the day that To All the Boys I've Loved Before came out on Netflix. I watched it the day it came out and got very emotional seeing an Asian female lead in this Netflix rom-com, which I would have loved to see growing up. I know you've spoken a lot about, wanting to cast, how important it was to you to cast an Asian lead at the time, and the kind of the pushback you got. I'm curious now, like we're sat here for this junket on this show that's so loved globally now. From when you pitched that to this moment now, have you seen a sort of shift in the industry in terms of how they approach representation, or how studios kind of approach bringing or adapting Asian stories for the screen?
I think so. I mean, I remember when To All the Boys came out, it was in what people were calling Asian August, because Crazy Rich Asians and Searching both came out within the same month. So there was a lot of conversation about that. So I think, and I remember friends telling me they were pitching stuff afterwards and saying they were able to point to All the Boys as like a success with an Asian lead. So I think going into Summer I Turned Pretty, I knew that's something I wanted to do, and I was in a position to do it because we already had that first success with To All the Boys.
And it's so amazing to see how the fans have really embraced this adaptation. But obviously with something that has a existing fan base with the book, there comes a bit of a pressure to translate that. This season, I'm curious, this question for all of you, was there a particular scene that you were a bit nervous about, just knowing how much love there was for that particular moment in the books?
No, I mean, I think that's more, I feel like Taylor's stories isn't, so much of it is created this season and not in the books. So I think that's kind of more.
Yeah, I mean, but even like since season 1, I think, there's a little bit of that pressure, but I think the cool thing about this and about you, like, sort of leading us is, like, you always encouraged us to, I don't know, be the version of the character that we were, you were not trying to sort of like fit any mold because everybody has their own vision of what it looks like in their heads, and you can never really replace that. But you just have to, I think, do your best to play that character the way that you think.
Well, I think
it would be
that's
best.
right. I think there's a balance of like the actor's interpretation of the character, and then the writers, me as like the creator. And then the audience has their own interpretation of it too. Right. So
there are certain lines though that I think for sure
certain lines where I'm like, it needs to be, which is understandable. You wanna give that to the book fans.
I think Taylor as a whole, like, I feel so grateful that you let me discover things about about her, and like we had conversations around it, and like of course like it's still true to the book, but it's like
she's a character that people would always be like, that's my, like, I hate that character in the books, and it always made me laugh because to me she was like one of my favorite characters. And I think the ones that are sort of prickly or imperfect and like push buttons in ways are really fun to write. So I was really excited to explore it.
And really interesting to see on screen too.
Yeah, I mean, people love Taylor in the show, literally, like one of our favorite characters.